this? What can I say about the Beaster Bunny? I mean, it's a movie, that's for sure. And there's a bunny, which kind of looks like a rat that's been hit with a shovel. And it is Easter themed? Kind of? I'm sorry, it's just... Normally I know how to start these reviews, but just look at this! What can I say? I am genuinely lost for words, but look, I've got to try. The Beaster Bunny, aka Beaster Day, Here Comes Peter Cottonhell, is an independent horror comedy written, produced and directed by the Snig Brothers. I decided to look at the brothers' filmography, and it has such classics as Who Wants to Be an Erotic Billionaire, The Erotic Witch Project, Mistress Frankenstein, and of course my favourite movie name, Kinky Kong. God, I feel like I'm in a friggin' cinema snob video. Oh, wait. Well, oh, god damn it! The film is a parody of the 1971 animated television special, Here Comes Peter Cottontail, which, I won't lie, I have not seen. But from what I can see in the cast list, it will be something that I actually want to watch for sure. So I will be fully open and admit, I don't know how much the Beaster Bunny does parody Here Comes Peter Cottontail, but I highly doubt it will be very much. Also, I feel we do get a little bit of false advertising with the DVD box art. I mean, look at the art, and here's the movie. Art, movie. Art, movie. I can't believe they got away with this lie. There are no women in bikinis in this entire movie. Funny enough, my copy of the movie actually stopped working near the end. Maybe it was a sign, who knows. But this is your spoiler warning. If you want to watch the movie before I spoil everything, this is your chance to go and watch it now and then come back to the review. And with that warning out the way, let's get into the Beaster Bunny. We open up at a wedding where we see that a father is getting remarried to a younger woman, and straight away you notice that the audio has been put in post. It doesn't sync up. Of course, it can only get better. We then get a speech from the son, who is also the best man, and I have to admit, this part did make me chuckle, especially with this line.
I hope you like his old balls.
I don't know why, maybe it's my immature humour, but him saying, I hope you like his old balls, just made me laugh. Top tier comedy. Anyway, the best man leaves and hitchhikes? But I swear that this is a park. Am I being stupid? Or does this look like an underpass in a park? Why would he be hitchhiking in a park? I swear, if he turns around fast enough, he'll see the fucking bird lady from Home Alone 2. Anyway, as they're cutting the cake, the best man gets attacked, and his hand gets cut off, and... yeah. Special effects are not that great. And they will not improve in the movie. Oh, they will. They will get worse. We now meet our main character, Doug, played by Peter Sullivan. Doug is a joke character who looks like if Justin Long and Adam Driver had a baby. He works for a dog catching company called Dog Catchers in the Rye, which again, did get a chuckle out of me. He is a bumbling buffoon who wants to become the top dog catcher. His character does seem to flip-flop into liking him and then becoming creepy and over the top. We also meet our second protagonist, Brenda, played by Marisol Custodio. Brenda is an actress that is down on her luck and is asking to move back in with her dad and stepmom. Also, when her stuff gets thrown out, a statue drops and it sounds like glass because, you know, it's definitely glass. Anyway, we now see the Beaster Bunny's next victim. As this lady wakes up to make her smoothie, she's attacked by the bunny. Well, actually, she's fucking attacked by the car first. Got fucking Lightning McQueen. Jesus Christ. This is the first time we see the Beaster Bunny, and it is a very interesting marionette. I will give it to the directors to use a physical puppet for the Beast. It is shame about the green screen though. After she's run over, her eye pops out and flies through a window and lands in a smoothie, where her husband drinks it. I can't believe I'm literally saying this in a review. I repeat, her eye pops out, flies through a window, and lands in a fucking smoothie. The deaths in this film go from really bad to really funny. In fact, let's go through some of them right now. We have the gardener lady who digs up a carrot and then follows the trail of carrots to a giant photoshopped rabbit hole. And somehow, the Beaster Bunny has snuck up behind her. How? Does it have an invisibility cloak? And then the bunny decides to rip off her top, so now she's running around topless, and then her head gets ripped off. Jesus Christ. There is the horse rider, where we see the Beaster Bunny in full walking glory, and again, somehow the horse rider does not see nor hear the bunny roaring. When she does finally see it, she rides away. Only through the magic of bad continuity, she actually ends up right next to the Beaster Bunny. She then gets ripped in half with her legs still in the horse, which is actually pretty amusing. Then there is the couple. The girlfriend wants her partner to stop smoking. He said he is quitting, and then of course the girlfriend wants to go skinny dip him. As the boyfriend follows her trail of clothes, he finds her split in half, and not in the way that he actually wants. As he runs from the Beaster Bunny and hides, he sees a knife and a packet of cigarettes. And of course, he chooses the cigarettes, only to then get eaten by the Beaster Bunny. These are some of the deaths that you see in this movie. There are more, of course, like the tweeting girl who's not actually tweeting, and then the rock climber. All of them are insane and as bad as the next. Let's just get back to the plot. We find out that Doug has a rival at the dog catchers, Hector. As the chief hands out the dog catchers award, Doug gets second place while Hector gets first. This starts a feud between Doug and Hector. Of course, Hector doesn't actually know that he's in a feud with Doug, as this is actually Doug's problem. Mainly because Doug normally gets the dog catcher of the year, which also gives the SpongeBob employee of the month vibe. But luckily, SpongeBob didn't have Doug's old job.
So many glory holes.
Brenda meets up with her father. Brenda basically wants her father to keep funding her so she can pursue her dream job. We hear that Brenda has had many dream jobs, from actor, opera singer, and even a painter. She seems very stubborn and does not want to work a normal job. And I will have to say that the father is a really good actor. Compared to the other actors in the movie, he does a much stronger performance. Brenda's father gives her the ultimatum that she will be out of his house by the end of the week if she does not get a job. This leads Brenda to get a job at the dog catchers, as conveniently, there is an opening. Brenda is now part of the team and meets Doug. Of course, now this is Doug's love interest, but she is actually interested in Hector. Doug ends up breaking Hector's trophy and also tries to squeeze his hand, essentially showing Doug's unhinged side and how much he loves his job. I will say, I would love a dog catchers in the ride t-shirt. I know it's off topic, but I would wear that so much. So if one of the Snake brothers wants to send me one, by all means, I'd appreciate it. We then meet our mayor, Mayor Farnsworth, played by John Paul Fideli. He's essentially a hippie-type mayor, but also a douchebag. He would happily rather take a lollipop from a small child than placing a stop sign in the city. We find out that the town is planning an Easter extravaganza, which is being used to get more money for Farnsworth, essentially showing how corrupt he is. Also, he is very creepy, as he likes to have the younger women there so he can, well, you know. We cut to Doug and Brenda, and Doug is basically training Brenda on how to do the job. We come to learn that Doug has PTSD and was also wanting to become a cop but failed the academy. We do have this amusing section where he doesn't want to talk about it, but then actually talks about it anyway, which again, I did like. We come to learn that Doug is scared of loud noises, which doesn't actually come back or show any relevance to the plot. So again, I don't know why they mentioned it. The mayor also finds out that people are being killed by the Beaster Bunny. There have been 5 deaths, including the Amish, which does make me question, why is there not a police investigation? Surely everything would be taped off and a bigger police presence. Maybe they couldn't afford more than 2 police costumes in the budget. We are now at what I think is the best part of the movie. The dog catcher gets a call about a squirrel. Of course, it's the Beaster Bunny. I also do love how his catcher's net is literally just a hockey stick. As the dog catcher chases the squirrel, he ends up running into the Beaster Bunny. And he also does this scream which they keep repeating over and over when he gets attacked. It's really off-putting. As the bunny hops after him, he ends up on a football field where he gets fucking kicked into the net. And when I saw this, I burst out laughing. We need the Beaster Bunny to play for the England squad. Of course, the Beaster Bunny then eats him, and we now have a dead dog catcher. Back at the dog catchers, they learn about the dog catcher's death, and then one of the catchers decide to sniff his cup. And then we get this stupid joke.
What are you doing?
Well, if it is squirrels, I gotta protect my nuts.
Again, I am really questioning my humour. Also, why do the dog catchers have a escape ramp? Fucking weird. The mayor says that the Amish are evil and they're to blame, and oh shit, look at that, I was wrong about the cop costumes. They can actually afford free. Mayor Farnsworth says that the Amish use electrical tools and that's how they died. We then see a giant Easter egg, which will be important later. We do get an amusing conversation between Brenda and Doug about Hector. I do like the chemistry between Doug and Brenda. Doug does come across as this over-the-top person, but overall, it does work well. As Brenda sits down to listen to music and read a book, the Beaster Bunny sneaks up behind her. And we get this funny section where Brenda runs past Doug. Again, the movie did make me laugh in parts. I was not expecting to laugh, but again, I was proven wrong. Brenda then leaves in Doug's car and wait a minute, is that a bottle of water and a camera lens behind Doug? Are you telling me the production crew forgot to move those items out of the shot? Jesus Christ. Mayor Farnsworth has hired 2 movers to move the giant egg. Wait a minute, is that the guy that moved all of Brenda's stuff? Suddenly the Beaster Bunny attacks. Oh my god. Oh, for God's sake. And then the other employee tells him to kick his legs. I really can't. The mayor is now in damage control and still blames the electric tools and the Amish, all the while selling his own products at a higher price. He also goes full Todd Howard way of thinking and says,
"It just does, chick."
The dog catchers have now been hired to catch the Beaster Bunny, and the job has been handed to Hector. Hector sees the bunny and of course runs away. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's a giant bunny. He then hides behind a tank, and I do wonder if the tank was just there, or if they actually paid money to rent it. And if they did rent it, how much of the budget was actually used? Unfortunately, Hector does meet his demise by his own hand. He ends up tripping onto his own trophy and blood spurts through the bottom of the trophy, which makes sense, I guess. But really, what do I expect from this type of film? And then, of course, the Beaster Bunny eats his legs, and somehow he ends up centering himself, which does actually saves me a job. So, cheers, Hector. Brenda is upset over the Hector's death, and of course Doug has to swoop in, and what the fuck is he wearing? Doug decides that something needs to be done, and also says this line to John, the dog catcher.
You know, I bagged a pretty big bitch last night.
Oh, yeah?
So if you're wondering where your mom went,
I might actually use this line in an argument with my wife. As Doug is following a trail of mail, he sees the Beaster Bunny eating a mailman. Doug then runs back to the dog catchers and goes into a monologue regarding seeing the rabbit, and wait a minute, is that the whole production crew in the background? It fucking is! God fucking damn it! Also, the cinematography feels like it's turned into an episode of The Office with all these zoom-ins and handheld cameras. It's very fucking jarring. We then follow Doug running around and shouting at everyone to run. Also, he's clearly a ventriloquist because he could scream and talk without moving his lips. And as I'm watching this, I noticed something. We are an hour and 5 minutes into the movie, on a runtime of 1 hour and 19 minutes. Are you telling me that there are only 14 minutes left of this movie in what feels like essentially the midpoint of the film? It feels like this should be the point of the movie when Doug gets arrested and no one believes him, and then the bunny attacks and then everyone believes him, which does somewhat happen. But it feels like it does need more time. It would be like in the Ghostbusters, the team don't get believed and arrested in the last 10 minutes of the movie, instead of giving the movie another 40 minutes to breathe so we can explore more. Then again, I'm not saying the Beaster Bunny is the Ghostbusters. So, as mentioned, Doug is arrested, and Mayor Farnsworth says that Doug is the reason for all the deaths in the town. It is now the Easter Festival. Oh, and also this news reporter must be really unsure about his blue shirt. He can't decide either if he wants it on his shoulder or not. We are now at the Easter Day parade, and it looks like they shot at an actual parade, which means they got really lucky if there was a parade in town. Doug is shouting from his cell that they're all going to die, and we are now fully in the final act. The bunny has arrived, and the mayor ends up looking really slimmed out as he is crushed perfectly into a peace sign. I would say that there's some kind of undertone for that or metaphor, but I highly doubt that. As everyone is running away, we then hear this.
That's the second biggest rabbit I've ever seen!
Was that a Monkey Island reference? Surely it can't be a Monkey Island reference. If it is a Monkey Island reference, best movie in the world, hands down, 10 out of 10. Brenda heads to her father's home and, okay. Brenda then says she's leaving, and her father says she is running away from her responsibilities like normal. We have this father-daughter dynamic, and we have some very minor growth from Brenda, and I bet also some minor growth in Brenda's father's onesie. Brenda is now decided to stay, and she is arming herself. She hands Doug a carrot costume to use him as bait to lure the bunny in so that Brenda can shoot the rabbit. The chief has had his legs bitten off, and I think Doug says the funniest line in the entire movie.
Chief, your legs, they walked away.
I could not hold back my laughter the first time I heard it. I love the delivery of the line. It is absolutely amazing. Oh, and then Doug decides to kill the chief, so he's technically also a murderer because why not? The Beaster Bunny then sees Doug and chases him down the street. Brenda sees the bunny coming and shoots the bunny. The Beaster Bunny is now dead. Also, if you look at the way the bunny hops, you can see the cut of the bottom of the footage where they didn't manage to cut it properly, so it leaves a weird, perfectly lined shadow. Anyway, with the Beaster Bunny now dead, we end the movie with some famous words.
How do you think the rabbit got so big?
And that is literally it. Cue the end credits and sequel bait? The Beaster Bunny is not a good movie, I will say this now. However, it does have some funny moments. As previously mentioned, I did struggle to find some background information regarding this film, but luckily, Zachary Snegg actually replied to one of my tweets and DM'd me with some background information. He said the following. It was produced in 2013 and shot in mostly Allentown, Pennsylvania. They used mostly local actors that were doing theatre in Pennsylvania and had a limited crew and budget. He says that shooting took, he thinks, roughly 14 days with 3 to 4 hour shooting days, and they had no permits. Many of the cast and crew were friends and were basically doing it for fun. And you know what? Knowing all that makes me like the movie some more. Yes, the movie is not good, but the fact that friends and family worked together and enjoyed themselves and had a lot of fun actually makes it worth it. So would I recommend the Beaster Bunny? Yeah. Go into it with the mindset that it's not an amazing movie and you can have fun with it. I am even considering adding it to my regular Easter horror watch, and so should you. With all that said, have a lovely Easter. Take care of yourselves. And be careful of any giant bunny puppets. You could potentially lose an eye. See you next time. Hey everyone, thank you very much for watching my review of the Beaster Bunny. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit different to what I normally do review, and it was a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more chaotic. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and make sure you turn it on. And also, make sure you tune in next week for my next review. And also head to our Twitch, where we're trying to get up to 250 followers. So please, help and support us. Hope you have a lovely Easter. Take care, stay safe. See you next time.